3rd of August 1944. Here in the leafy northern district of Żoliborz, the Warsaw Uprising had actually begun too early on the day on the 1st, when soldiers of the 9th Company, nicknamed Reaper, met a German patrol. And all around the city, people were walking around on a hot day with long coats, with barrels pointing out of the bottom of the coats, and they exchanged fire. The Germans were alarmed by the shooting and were aware that a rising was expected to take place for some time. They managed to reinforce many of the key strategic areas in the city, like the viaducts, rail crossings and bridges. Despite this, the Poles were able to take over almost all of the Żoliborz district without hardly a shot being fired. Then, some of the units that were stationed here were ordered, because Żoliborz is in the north of the city, to the Campinos forest. One of the ironies of the Warsaw Rising was that the Poles had actually been preparing for a national uprising, not just one in the capital, and made the decision to send both troops and ammunition and weaponry out of the city before the rising began. This is just one of the many controversial decisions which later on the Poles would pay a heavy price for, and which make the Warsaw Uprising still a hotly debated subject to this day. And here we are at one of the many Napoleonic-era fortresses that ring the outside of Warsaw. And on this day in 1944, the Poles attacked this citadel. Now, whilst the walls here were built in the 19th century, the MG42 German heavy machine guns that were pointing out at them most definitely weren't. And the Polish resistance fighters were pushed back and were never able to capture these key defensive points in the city. The Żoliborz district is one of the few areas in the city in which you can still see the original buildings which survived the war. The rest of Warsaw was completely and utterly destroyed. A story that we're going to tell over all of the coming episodes of 63 Days of Extraordinary Courage. Thanks very much for watching this episode of 63 Days of Extraordinary Courage, where every day we tell the story of the Warsaw Uprising. Please share this film, comment underneath, and don't forget to tune in for tomorrow's episode at 5 p.m. Warsaw time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, searching for the hashtag 63 Days.